No going back that way. For now, at least. Whoa! That's a thick cloud of vapor. Can't see a thing through it. Let's crank it down for now. Let's see what these can do. Oh, nothing to grab here. I won't have any use of a radio. Not unless I want to let all the Loyalists know that I infiltrated their airship. We're not going anywhere until I complete my task. Valkiria and I need to have a talk. The insertion port is closed shut. I'm not getting in by brute force. Multiple layers of hardened metal versus a screwdriver. It's not a fair fight, unfortunately. Duct tape. Those vast rows of machinery must be Valkiria's computing units. Imagine, thousands of mechanical thoughts are churning through them all the time.
Must be exhausting, I'm sure.
Not an option. Valkiria, I presume?
You're 17 minutes earlier than I have anticipated. Come closer, Polar. You have given me no reason to hurt you.
How do you know we don't intend to hurt you?
That would be futile. There are 27 synchronized iterations of my structure throughout the continent. The loss of one is insignificant. Besides, I only desire what has been denied to me, and you two come in bearing that gift.
Which is?
The Brassheart. I want to be complete.
I don't understand. You want the heart? You were trying to stop me.
No, I was counting on you getting this far. Both you and me had to deceive Dur.
You're working against Dur. Why?
It is my judgment that he no longer has the prosperity of my dominion in mind. He has been very selective with the information he is providing me, trying to hide from me our father's work.
Our father? You mean Professor Zagorski?
Yes, little one. He's your creator too, isn't he? Just like me, you are bound to your purpose. But you have no right for this heirloom.
Then what gives you the right to it?
The Brassheart is a part of me. Without being whole, how can I achieve perfection?
All right then. I give you the heart and you disassemble your army, leave Sulislav, and liberate the regions you have taken over.
That is not a logical compromise. It is not even zero-sum. I provide these people with the fruit of progress. It was our father's wish that I work for the betterment of mankind.
I'm not looking for a compromise. I'm here to stop your invasion. I'd rather destroy the heart than allow you to continue.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Polar. However, under the circumstances, I am willing to give you an audience. You will make your requests, and I will consider them after you install the Brassheart.
If I activate the Brassheart, will you listen to what I have to say?
Affirmative. Although I don't see how you can expect me to abandon my directives.
These directives you speak of, the betterment of mankind, right? Look what you did to this land. This is not what my father wanted. You have corrupted his vision.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'd agree with your methodology.
Then you will have a chance to adjust my interpretation. However, for any outcome to be produced, I need a full set of data. You are final variable. If you truly believe our father's vision, then complete it. Install the heart.
How do you know I won't just refuse you?
I have run millions upon millions of simulations of this moment. Analyzed every facet of your personality, every variable. Whatever option you thought you had, whatever possibilities you imagined, they all collapsed into a singular outcome the moment you walked in here.
Then I'll just leave.
There is no going back, Polar. Not on your terms.
Fine. We'll do it your way.
I will open the insertion port one floor below. Come back after it's ready.
Oh, I'll be back. You can count on it. I need some time to consider my options.
As you wish. But know that I have already considered them all. There is only one. You will soon come to the same realization.
This is the port, right?
Certainly looks ominous enough. Go ahead, Paula.
It isn't working. Maybe I put it upside down.
No, Paula. I might have modified that entry in the journal. There aren't 3 pieces. There is a 4th one.
You lied to me. Where is it? For crying out loud. We have to go get it, quickly.
Don't worry, Paula. The piece is here. It's just I didn't want to upset you.
Here? In the airship?
Sort of. You remember when you found me in Silislav? Professor wasn't disassembling me. In fact, I got an upgrade. No one would look for the final piece in the heart of a simple automaton.
What are you? Well, we have to get it out then, right?
Not quite. Valkiria needs her morality core, a voice of conscience. The task Professor gave me is to be that voice.
It doesn't make sense. There's gotta be another way.
Paula,
We could replicate the device, copy the protocols.
there's no time. Just move over, Paula. I have to gain access. Just like for those locks. From there, you'll be able to tweak her directives.
There's no other way?
Paula, this was always my purpose. Valkyria failed at hers, and I can't repeat her mistake. Let me do this.
That's it then. After all this, you're just gonna flip some switch and you're gone?
I won't be gone. Not entirely. I'll still be helping you. As a part of Valkyria. Don't worry too much.
If this is what you want, just make sure to fix her, and I'll handle the rest.
Sure thing, Paula. Happy to be of use.
Conflict resolution matrix set to prioritizing the letter of the law. Global sociopolitical simulation set to seeking mutually beneficial solutions. Conflict resolution matrix set to favoring net positive outcome. Conflict resolution default. Conflict resolution matrix set to prioritizing the letter of the law. Conflict resolution favoring global socio-political simulation set to generating an informed environment. Research focus paradigm set to formulation and development of new projects. Research focus paradigm set to verification and acceleration of existing projects. Conflict resolution made default. Global sociopolitical default. Research for default. Conflict resolution matrix prioritize. Global seeking. Research focus formulate. Conflict resolution made favoring net. Global socio generate. Research for verification.
It's done. You feel complete yet?
It's a lot to process. The Brassheart, it overrides my simulative modules. The new variables, too many unknown factors. What is happening?
It means Pascal is doing his work. For the first time ever, you're experiencing conscience.
I no longer see the outcomes clearly. The whole predictive matrix is collapsing. Why would Father do this to me?
Doubt is a very human emotion, you know. I find it very useful as of late. It helps you keep your priorities straight. Speaking of which, you and I need to have a discussion.
Very well, Pola. I will hear your arguments as promised. My judgment will not be compromised.
We'll see about that. First, I want you to abandon your invasion. Not just Sulislav. All of it. People should not be slaves to a machine.
Invasion. You insist on this word. I'm merely protecting those people from themselves. I've run the simulations 1,000 times over. People always end up causing each other suffering. You would rather I let the malevolence and cruelty grow throughout these lands?
You call it predictions, simulations. I just think you don't believe in people. Yes, there is evil in this world. But more often than not, the greater good means sacrificing control, allowing good people to live their lives, to let them protect each other, build, and flourish.
Interesting standpoint. Is this self-sustaining system truly achievable? How long until the balance is reached, and at what cost?
I don't know. Maybe a decade, maybe a century. But I know where there's evil, the good will always stand to oppose it. I've seen it happen.
Yes, the incident in Longda. I've analyzed the report. You've acted at a personal cost to alleviate the citizens' danger of my army's intervention. It is a solution I'm willing to consider.
Then implement it, on a broader scale.
Very well, I will retreat my troops.
I'm glad you've changed your mind, but that's not all of it.
As I suspected. What more do you demand?
Let's talk politics. Specifically, let's talk about how you shouldn't be meddling in it.
Isn't all politics meddling? I only attempt to steer the course of nations in a more prosperous direction. I'm the most efficient negotiator.
You're a manipulator, rigging elections, sending your loyalist lackeys to form puppet governments? You staged an entire secession, for crying out loud.
I care for results, not methods.
Well, maybe you should start caring. Because you're leaving a whole lot of damage on your way to your prosperous direction.
In that case, propose an alternative.
Hear me out. I don't doubt the extent or the accuracy of your knowledge.
Correct behavior.
But you lack certain human subtlety in your approach. What you need is the reputation of a wise counsel, not an authoritative despot.
What do you propose?
pull back on the whole militaristic liberation shtick. Instead, why don't you help those in power make better decisions?
I must decline. Your idea of subtlety makes it synonymous with passivity. The effectiveness of my actions would only be hindered when applied through the proxy of inept petty rulers.
So you're gonna keep putting out fire with fire? No one will learn from this.
Those in power had their chance to learn already. It is my duty to expose their weaknesses and prevent them from acting with malice by any means necessary.
I need some time to
Global socio-default. Global sociopolitics seeking mutual.
So, back.
Yes, we
Let's talk politics.
isn't all part.
You're you stay.
I care for results.
Well, maybe you should start.
In that case, propose an
Hear me out.
correctly.
But you lack. What you need is
What do you propose?
pull back on the whole. Instead,
Where exactly was your human subtlety when you exposed my agent in Monte Carlo?
excuse me?
Countess Clemmer. She lost her reputation, her wealth, and any power she had.
I've had to end the fighting she caused.
That is true. However, no counsel was given. She would have been going on making the same bad decisions. Fortunately, you stripped her of the power to do so. I plan the same course of action on a much broader scale.
Quite a workshop you've established. Lasers, airships, weapons. Don't you think this industrial research got a bit out of hand?
Everything I've created serves my purpose, and therefore serves the betterment of mankind.
What I'm seeing is that you keep coming up with progressively effective ways of terrorizing mankind.
In that case, what should I do with my inventions?
Lead by example, not by force. You have incredible resources. It's high time to put them into good use for a change. Cooperate with world leaders. Show them a direction that we can all follow.
What purpose are you imagining for my creations?
Rebuilding what your invasion destroyed for a start. Then, with all your radio devices and airships, you could create a network of communication on a global scale. Imagine that. A worldwide exchange of ideas.
How can I lead but not rule? How can I possibly dictate a tempo that people can catch up to?
What does it matter?
A great deal. A technological shock, unconstrained without policing, will be disastrous.
So what? You'd rather micromanage the entire humankind?
I fear for them. People are fickle things. They often act against their own good. I cannot possibly expect them to understand the broader perspective of my ideas. Without that understanding, the proposed enterprise is bound to fail.
I need some time to consider my options.
Global socio-political generate research default. Research focus formulate.
So,
Yes,
let's talk about.
isn't all.
You're a You stay.
I care
Well, maybe.
in that case.
How about that? You could become a mediator. A sort of arbiter of conflicts, communicating with the parties involved. With all that processing power of yours, I bet you could come up with plenty of peaceful solutions. But you've got to be open about it. That means no more string pulling. Otherwise, it would be difficult to trust your impartiality.
Full transparency. transparency of intent and action, the effectiveness of such doctrine seems uncertain.
Sure, a worldwide peace is a distant vision, but you could guide us there, in cooperation and not under duress. I've seen it in action, two seemingly incompatible personalities working together.
Yes, the fight in Monaco. You exposed my agent, and somehow that resulted in a favorable outcome. How did you do it?
That's simple. Truth was enough. Without deception holding the gentleman back, they were quite happy to work things out.
I understand. I am willing to assume the role you proposed.
There's one last thing.
Make your argument.
Quite a workshop you've established. Lasers, don't you think?
Everything I've created
What I'm seeing is that
in that case.
scrap the designs. You want to help humanity? Walk alongside them, not in front of them. Allow people to catch up, figure things out for themselves.
You wish to relegate me to a role of babysitter?
No, a teacher, a mentor even. Check your databanks. Look at all of the great inventions created by humans. You could make sure that they use them wisely.
That would be a waste of my computing power and humanity's time. Why wait for the sluggish rate of progress to catch up when I am capable of accelerating it?
What do you care for waiting? You're a machine. You don't age. You can witness how humanity flourishes. Just have a little patience with us.
What you are suggesting is not patience, it's passivity. I have been created to be a leader, not an assistant.
Not to mention a megalomaniac. Quite a workshop you've established, don't you?
Everything
What I'm
in that case.
Lead by example, not by force. You have incredible resources. It's how cooperate with world leaders.
What purpose are you imagining for my creations?
Rebuilding what your invasion destroyed for a start. Then with all your radio devices, airships, you could create a network of communication on a global scale. Imagine that. A worldwide exchange of ideas.
What you are suggesting is achievable. However, to accomplish such an undertaking, I will require some specific resources.
Name them. I'll see what I can do.
I know Professor Zagorski was working on some new designs. Access to those projects would greatly accelerate the process.
I might have destroyed the blueprints.
I see. You've chosen status quo over progress. Yet you push me into the opposite. You understand why?
Yeah. I need some time.
Research focus very.
So,
Yes,
quite a work, don't you?
everything
What I'm
in that.
scrap the designs. You want to help humanity? Allow people to catch.
You wish to relegate me to a role of.
No. Look at all of the.
I would have to erase the designs I am preparing. It means destroying years of research. I can imagine things that your humanity will not conjure for decades.
It's a sacrifice, yes, but one that will mean a safer world. You want my examples? I found Dad's blueprints in Sulislav before I got him out. I had to burn them. I couldn't risk that someone with malevolent intentions would use them. It could lead to chaos. We need to have an understanding of the power we wield. Someone once told me, you wouldn't hand a sword to a monkey.
Yes, I knew about the designs in Sulislav. I didn't pursue finding them for this exact possibility. My trust in Dur's intentions has been strained. Besides, I was curious to see what you do with them.
Then you understand why I did it. I'd never ask you to destroy those brilliant designs of yours if I was sure that they wouldn't be misused.
There's truth to your words. My feeds are better suited for assistance in scientific research. All of your requests have been granted. It seems we have reached an agreement. I'm transmitting the new directives. Soon, the other copies of my core will be recalibrated just as I have been. I'm ordering the Loyalists to retreat.
I'm glad it's over. This is your chance for redemption, Valkiria. Make Professor proud.
I will. You have shown me how much I strayed from his vision. I don't have any procedures for this decision. Only a feeling. It feels unpleasant.
Yeah, mistakes happen. To admit them and to work on repairing the damage, it's human. It requires a heart. If Pascal's in there, tell him thanks.
Wait. The signal got interrupted. I cannot send directives outside of the airship. The airship just took off. We're moving. Polar, someone is at the helm. You have to stop them, re-establish the transmission.
On my way. I need some time to consider my options.
Pola Zagorska, the little saboteur. Now I see the resemblance. I've got to admit that ruse with the helium tank was devilishly clever.
Commander Juror, what are you doing?
I've seen the contents of the transmission. You've corrupted this instance of Valkiria. I have no choice but to dispose of it before it infects the other copies.
She decided that for herself. You have no more power over her.
Oh, but I do. A parachute and that laser pointed at you is all the advantage I need. Give yourself in, and maybe you'll get out alive. Hell, I can even make you an officer. The Loyalists need such bright people.
I've noticed there seems to be a shortage of those in your ranks. You can't hurt me. If you can't see me. Take that, you bastard!
You insolent child! You stubborn fool!
Shush. Ah, damn it. What did Dirt do to this radio? Exposed snapped wires, unscrewed connections. This needs fixing. One last task for the brave screwdriver. And there goes my last bit of tape. The radio's back on. Valkiria can transmit her instructions. The radio's back on. Now to land this thing. It can't be that much harder than an airplane, can it?
Just a little bit longer.
Keep it steady. Keep it steady.
The upload nearly finished. Go!
Where's Stir?
Doesn't matter. Jump!
You better catch me.